All right, first of all, just want to say I'm sorry if you hear noise in the background. I got laundry going on. Okay, so here we go. Unit 1, Day 3, Order of Operations. I don't know if you've heard of them yet by now, but I'm going to guess maybe at least a hint of them. So we're going to be able to use the established order of operations to be able to simplify and evaluate expressions. The order of operations, I learned them as please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Some people know them as PEMDAS. And it tells you what order to always solve or simplify expressions, okay? So, like before, you always start with any kind of grouping symbols, like parentheses. So P stands for parentheses. Always handle whatever's inside your parentheses first. Then, exponents, okay? You're going to handle exponents. Multiplication and division, you can interchange them, but you're always going to work from left to right. Same with addition and subtraction. You're always going to work from left to right. But what this means is whenever you are evaluating an expression, always check for parentheses first, then check for exponents, then check for multiplication and division, then check for addition and subtraction. So let's do an example of that. So let's evaluate the expression 3x squared plus 4 when x equals 4. Use your order of operations. Now remember, when they give us a value, like here they give us that x equals 4, that means we're going to substitute 4 in wherever there's an x in our equation. So I'm going to rewrite this as 3 times, because whenever they're written right next to each other like that, it means multiplication. 3 times 4 squared plus 1. So now I'm going to check my PEMDAS, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I'm going to say, do I have any parentheses? No, I don't. Do I have any exponents? Yes, we do have exponents right here. So we're going to do that first. I'm going to rewrite this as, wow, terrible writing. 3 times, remember this means that we're going to multiply 4 by itself 2 times. So we have 4 times 4, which is 16 plus 1. All right, so let me go over that again because I know I kind of did that fast. We've substituted in 4 for x in our equation. Since the 3 and the x squared were right next to each other, that means multiplication is occurring. So I checked my PEMDAS. First, I checked for parentheses. There's no parentheses in my expression, so I don't have to worry about that. Next, I checked for exponents. There was. This 2 is an exponent. So that means we're going to take 4 and multiply it by itself 2 times. So I did 4 times 4, which gave me 16. So now I have 3 times 16 plus 1. So now let's check what's next. Okay, well, we're going to check for either multiplication and or division to see if they occur. We have some multiplication happening. Remember, this dot also represents multiplication. So we're going to say, okay, well, what is 3 times 16? Well, that is 48. Let me see. Gonna check my calculator. 3 times 16, 48, yeah. So we handle that and just bring down what else we have left. Okay, there's no other multiplication or division, so we don't have anything else to do there. Next, we're going to check for addition or subtraction. We have some addition happening. We have 48 plus 1, which gives us our final answer of 49. So, remember, I followed the rules of PEMDAS. I checked for parentheses, then I looked for exponents, then I looked for multiplication and division, then I looked for addition and subtraction. All right, let's do another example. So we're going to do a lot of them. All right, evaluate the expression using order of operations. So I'm going to put it at the top. PEMDAS. Okay, so our first one. All right, do we have any parentheses? Nope. Any exponents? Nope. Any multiplication or division? Nope. Do we have addition or subtraction? Yes. Here's where the rule from left to right applies, okay? You need to make sure that if you're doing any of the multiplication or division or the addition or subtraction, you always work from left to right. You can't just go, okay, well, I know that 8 minus 6 is 2 and that kind of stuff. You can't do that. We need to go 24 minus 8. So let's do that first. So we're going to do 24 minus 8, which is 16. Bring down what we haven't used yet. Okay, let's keep going. 16 minus 6 gives us 10. So let me show you why you have to work from left to right. Let's say we did it the other way. Let's say, okay, it doesn't matter what order, just subtract. So, all right, so we had 24 minus 8 minus 6. By the way, this is wrong. All right, so let's say I did this first. Oh, well, 8 minus 6 is 2. So bring down what I got left. All right, 24 minus 2 is 22. See, you have to work from left to right, always. All right, let's do another one. So we have 15 times 2 divided by 6. All right, so we don't have parentheses, we don't have an exponent, but we do have multiplication and division. The reason why we group these together is because they're kind of interchangeable. So you can do them at the same time, but remember, we need to work from left to right. So that means we need to do 15 times 2 first. Well, that gives us 30. Bring down what we have left. That's a division of 6. Then we think, okay, 30 divided by 6, that gives us 5. Always work from left to right. All right, let's do another one. So we have 16 plus 4 times 2 minus 3. All right, so we have to do the multiplication or division first. And we have multiplication here, so let's go ahead and handle that. Well, 4 times 2 is 8. So bring down all the rest of our joyous expression. La, 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 la. We have addition and subtraction. We need to work from left to right. So let's think. Okay, well, what is 16 plus 8? That is 24. Bring down what we have left. Okay, and then what is 24 minus 3? 21. All right, I would like to do one more example. This example is actually from your assignment, so you'll probably see it in your assignment. You can, of course, just type in the answer if you want. But it's a more difficult one, and that's why I wanted to do it with you. So here it is. We're going to evaluate this expression, okay? So we're thinking about our PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Starting with our grouping symbols, we have 2 sets of parentheses in here. We have the big one, and then we have this little one. So what this is telling us is within our parentheses, we need to handle the parentheses within them first. It's kind of like what this grouping symbol does is it creates a whole nother expression that we have to evaluate using PEMDAS all over again. So in our grouping symbol, first thing we want to do is 8 times 5. So that gives us 40. And we're going to bring down everything we have not used yet. Okay? Now, left to right will apply, and we're only doing this inside our grouping symbol, our parentheses or brackets that we have going on. So we have 40 plus 4. Once you do that, you can drop the brackets because there's no other expressions going on in here. Okay, now our last step is 44 plus 16, which I do believe is 60. And that is your final answer. Okay, so just practice using PEMDAS, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, and of course text me if you have any questions, okay?